Okay, it is 7:10, and we are all gathered today, this evening, tonight, to celebrate the 79th birthday of Marcia. And we all have survived to this time and place. Congratulations to everybody, those who have shots and those who have yet to have shots, and so forth. We're going to mute everybody for a couple of minutes. And that's our Marcia. You can unmute yourselves now.
Well, thank you very
There we
much.
go. Okay.
A lot of fun.
It's time now.
Yes.
It's time
That
now
was
for
fun.
dear friends and relatives to relate the true Marcia. And so if you want to, in some order, just raise your hand and then you can speak and mention anything that might be helpful to Marcia's, just in case. I wanted to start us off by just recognizing her superior sewing skills. No. Next.
That's Barbara's line.
Did you want to say something, Barbara?
No.
Go ahead.
I just know when I was born, my sister, I was told later on, because we're 7 years apart, she was pretty upset with mom and dad because all she wanted was a bike and she got me. And then but I do have a picture because you showed a picture of Marilyn, Marcia, and myself older, and I have to get it out. But I have a picture from 1957 of Marilyn, Marcia, and myself. So cousin Marilyn, this person. So I will get it out and show it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I remember Marcia from when she was a baby because she's a couple months older than me. And my mother told me that one day we were in the crib and she beat me up. So the next day I got her back. But she's a dear cousin and I love her. And we've had a lot of good times together, along with the rest of the cousins.
How about the hair?
Oh, yeah. She said, Aunt Tybee knew how to cut hair. And I was on my way to New York with my family. And I thought, well, since Aunt Tybee knew how to cut hair, Marcia would know how to cut hair. Well, was I embarrassed because it went straight across up in the top. And oh, I could have killed her.
Sorry, I got my.
No, it's just down to the.
Oh, I thought
That's
it
why
was.
I'm trying to put
I
this head.
thought I was right up against it. I didn't realize she had a little gap there.
Marcia's
got the birthday hat.
Marcia's my sister-in-law, but I always have to remind her she's 1 week to the day older than I am.
Thank you, Greg.
You're quite welcome.
Oh, got a hat. All right.
So Marcia, Alan and I don't know you prior to Beth Israel, so you need to tell us how you and Steve met.
I sat down next to him at Drexel, and he was wearing this lovely yellow and brown check jacket. And for 2 weeks straight, he wore that yellow and brown check jacket. And I realized then that he had absolutely no taste in clothes. But I loved his mother anyway because I found out that she picked out his clothes. But then we were co-op people at Drexel, so he left pretty much as soon as I met him. And when he came back, he had a maroon and gray plaid jacket. And he wore that for at least a month. And I realized that his mother had picked that out too, which just confirmed where he got his taste from. But I fell in love with him anyway. But that's how I met him.
Very nice. Well, so continue into the story. So you met at Drexel, lightning crashed and thunder boomed?
No, not quite. Like a little drizzle. And we got separated a lot because we would see each other for 6 months and then Drexel would whisk him away for his co-op job. And then he would come back and we would see each other and then he got whisked away again. But then we finally did get together and we always backed into our things. he would say, "Would you like to go steady?" And I would say, "Well, that seems like a good idea." And then he would kind of say, "Do you think we ought to get engaged?" And I would say, "Well, that seems like it might be a good idea." And then we both said, "Do you think maybe we ought to think about getting married?" "Yeah, well, that seems like a good idea." And so that's what we did. We just kind of backed into things, and 57 years later, we're still backing into things. I know we can see, and that's the reason why.
The style seems to work.
It
Don't
has
mess
worked
with it.
for us, and so we wound up getting married, and I still had a year of college to do, but he had the service to get into, and so the first year I finished my college degree, and he was in the service doing that. And then he called me up when he was stationed in Maryland, and he called me up one day and he said, I have to, and he was only supposed to be in for 18 months to fulfill his Army requirements. And he called me up and he said, if I sign on for another 18 months, we can go to Europe. Otherwise, they were going to send him to Korea at that time. Around then. And so we said, well, where can you go if you sign up? It was Italy, France, or Germany. Well, the Italians, the housing wasn't very good, and the French didn't like us, so that was out of the question. And the Germans, we figured we won the war, so we might as well go there. So that's what we decided on. And so we decided on Germany, and sure enough, he got extended for another year and a half. So I said to my parents, Mom, I'm going to Germany for a year and a half. And my mother, who was hypersensitive to the whole Jewish-German problem, especially 20 years after the war, you can't go to Germany. They killed Jews. It's not good. So I said, well, we won the war, Mom. I think we'll be okay. And we were. We did fine. And we were German folk when we went over there. And so we went there, and then when that was done,
I was just trying to get our heads closer so we would be in
came back and started our married career. We went to Glen Olden first, believe it or not, and lived there for several years, and then moved to Media, and we stayed in the area all these years. And that's how we met some of you, actually.
Was Kevin born in Germany?
Yes, he was. Good question. But he doesn't speak a word of German, as far as I know.
But someday they might draft him.
Right.
Happy birthday, Marcia.
Thank you. Where are you?
I just
Hi.
wanted to say that Marcia and I know each other forever. And we met when I was 5. And we've just been friends all the time after that. And she is the one who introduced Joel and myself. And almost 60 years later, I guess it's stuck. She
60 years. You're being very generous, Barbara.
Well, you were the one that started it on that bridge at the Cherokee Day Camp.
Oh, you mean you and Joel? I thought you meant
I
you
did mean Joel and me. You introduced Joel and me.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I thought it meant you and I.
No.
Yeah, because we're pushing 75 at this point. I remember one of us had a little red wagon, I think, or a little red fire engine, something like that. Barbara had a dog, and I was so jealous. Because we were not allowed, Avis and I were not allowed to have a dog. That would be too messy. Hi, Ivan. How are you?
Marcia.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Am I on speaker?
Good.
Yeah, okay. Well, we were part of a six-way group here in Drexel. It was Steve and Marcia, Gail and Jay, and myself and Lois. And of course, today is a little bittersweet for me. But there's a couple of secrets that some people don't know. Marcia's had a lot of careers. Right, biology, library science, real estate,
Candle maker.
real world system.
Candle maker, right? I remember that.
Well, people
Candle
don't
maker.
know.
We used to make candles.
People don't know she was also a candle maker.
Right.
And she earned money making candles when they came back. Then she decided she wanted to be an aspiring comic and took courses to become a stand-up. Remember that, Marcia?
Yes, that's right.
So anyway, I think you found your niche when you got into real world systems, and you and Steve did wonderfully, and we're so happy for you both. And we wish you many, many happy years together.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'd like,
We want to hear some
stand-up now.
and I'd like to
well,
recognize, that Ivan's spouse, Lois, was a very, very important part of our collaboration for many years. May she rest.
You're born the same day.
Same day, same birthday, today.
Right.
By the way,
Today
Colleen
is
sends her
Lois'
regrets. She's
birthday.
on a memorial service call. So she wishes you all the best, Marcia. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, my candle making days were cut short when
What do you do?
one day I just sort of poked this candle pot a little bit too hard, and the candle stuff just spewed all over the kitchen ceiling, and so that was kind of the end of that. But it's fun to make candles, actually. Try it.
Put out
if
your
you haven't
light.
already.
I have a question. When did you move from Marcia to Marcia? We know you,
Oh.
Marcia.
Must have missed the last party.
Yeah. Right. Well, I was in second grade before I found out that my name was really Marcia. My mother called me Marcia, so I didn't know that I was actually Marcia. My father wanted that, Marcia, and my mother did not, and she held sway, I would say. So he called me Marcia, and that was the end of that, because I didn't find out again until I was in high school. And I started to call myself that, and then my high school friends would call me that. And then when I got into college, I kind of switched back and forth, I guess. And then it got a little funky and a little crazy, but when I got into real estate, I'm not sure you mentioned that, Ivan, but I did dabble with real estate for a while, if Donna is still on the call. And I wound up taking a real estate course for 2 weeks. Actually, a famous football player from the Eagles was in that course too. And at one point they said, tell us what one of your problems is. You know, they were having this course in interconnectivity or something. And I said, well, people don't know what to call me. Well, what do you want to be called? Well, I want to be called Marcia. So from that point on, everybody in that class started to call me Marcia, and I liked it. And from then on, I really did become that. And it was nice. I liked it. So I started telling my relatives, don't call me Marcia, call me Marcia. And so that's where we are.
There was one particular job which did prepare Marcia for executive life, and it was a college co-op job, I believe, where she was charged with killing rats.
God. Jeez. Ooh.
Would you want to explain that further?
Oh, no. That was fun. That was back in the days, if you can believe it, where nobody knew much about DNA. And so I was charged in this lab to extract the liver from rats and extract DNA from it. now when I look back at that, I thought, wow, I was, a plank owner sort of. But at the time, I didn't think anything of it. Now I kind of do. Unfortunately, the guy that ran the lab turned out to be fudging answers. And after 3 months, they closed the lab and I lost my job. But I liked it when I had it.
You like being around?
She also
I'm
learned
sorry,
a very
no.
interesting. She also learned a very interesting chemical lesson, as I recall, something to do with a shower in a lab.
Oh, I don't talk about that too much. I was such a bull in the china shop. I worked at Beth's Laboratories on enzymes, and one day I had to extract some chemical from something, and instead of adding acid to water, I added water to acid. I hope I had that right. And don't I, Ivan? The other way?
You got it right.
I did. Thank you. So I added, now I'm all mixed up. I added water to acid and the whole thing exploded. And it got all over my lab coat and the lab counter and everything. And my boss said, we got to get you in the shower. So there were 30 men on this lab floor and me, but there was a shower. So they threw me in the shower because I had gotten it in my hair. Okay. And I wound up having to take a shower. I was not in front of all these men, but you can bet my face was so red, it was horrible. They gave me another lab coat, and I walked out of there just dying. I mean, I was just dying. I didn't have still my clothes on, but I had the lab coat on, too, a different lab coat on. And I finished up the day and went home and threw everything I had in the washing machine, which by the time it came out of the dryer, there were actually holes in my skirt and my blouse, and I had done a really bad thing. But the good part was that I wound up dating my boss for about 2 months after that. So I don't know whether he felt sorry for me or what, but it turned out to be a good experience. But I never really went back into a lab again after that. I could see it wasn't for me.
What did you study in college?
Biology. I know, it's a miracle, isn't it?
But not chemistry.
And library science.
And library science.
Is it true at one point that your lab career almost led you to a career as a world famous chef?
I don't think so.
Barbara, where's Barbara?
I would like to say, I'd like to set the record straight about Marcia's cooking abilities, that she does make a really good soup. And if you stay over her house, she may put a jar of jelly beans next to your bed. And
spaghetti.
What?
She once had us in for a spaghetti dinner when Alyssa was at Delaware.
Yeah, Bobby, you made me pasta right before COVID hit. So good. We had angel hair. It was great.
And how about the chicken pot pies?
In our business life, it turns out that me, as the oldest brother of sisters, and Marcia, as the oldest sister of sisters, she was my boss. Consistently in every endeavor that we involved in, she had the title of CEO and president. And you might tell them the story of how you acquired majority ownership of our corporation. I forget about that.
I think a lot of people know this story, but I'll repeat it. Steve we had been working together for several months, and our lawyer, Treb Lipton, I hope all of you remember him, one of our best friends, said that we needed to organize the company a little bit better. And so, excuse me.
To be female.
He said that somebody needed to be, we needed to incorporate. And so he called one day and Steve wasn't around. And he said, and at that point we were just a sole proprietorship. And so he said, who's going to be the president of the company? And I said, well, I'll be the president of the company. And he said, who's going to have majority ownership of the stock? And I said, well, I'll have majority ownership of the stock. And so he said, oh, don't you mean 50-50? And I said, no, I'll have 51 and Steve can have 49. So Steve came home and he said, what did you do today, dear? And I said, well, I made myself president of the company and the majority owner of the company of the stock. And so that's what happened. And actually, when we went to sell the company, it came in handy. So I was always glad that I had done that. And there were reasons for doing it. So I hadn't blindly done it.
Right.
At the time, it was important to have a woman-owned company. And so that was the reason for doing it.
And she sold the company with 70 employees, including me.
Well, I met Marcia when she came to work with me at Data Mill, and I was trying to get developed a real estate software that actually never ended up being perfect, that's for sure. And I also owned a lot of rental properties at that time. So I think that between that and the real estate, Marcia and Steve decided to get into real estate later on. But that was before real world systems. And I remember you're coming to me and talking to me about whether I thought you should do something like that, go into business, because your background wasn't really entrepreneurial, basically. But I told you, you're an amazing manager. You're so organized. You can accomplish anything you want to. And of course you did. So I congratulate you for that. But I've known you back to whatever year that was, 1984, I guess.
Right.
Something like that. And then you took off, and then there's Marcia, where we'd go, as I mentioned last week. I'll never forget the slide that you came down, the trapeze, whatever it was, the swing. You have to tell everybody about that.
Oh, let me introduce Donna Milling. Lundgren? What are you?
Yeah, Donna Milling at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only boy in the group here.
Donna is and has been my mentor and good friend for many, many years now. And what she's talking about is the first time we did a Connectivity Day show from the company. We had more than 1,000 people there, which was no small feat at the time. This is 1988, I think. And we had entertainment, and I became part of the entertainment by jumping off of the third-story balcony, a local nightclub, and swinging over
Damn.
the heads of all of the vendors and landing on the stage. And one of our employees almost died. He was so upset that I had done that, and my parents were there, and I think they almost died. But
Sure.
But tell them the outfit you had on. Tell them what you were wearing.
Oh, I had this sequin thing on, black velvet pants. I mean, it was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it was fun once I got going. But as long as you don't look down off of a third-story balcony, you'll be okay. Fawnens, were you there? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Of your group of friends from Steve's party and your party, we're like the newbies. We've only known 2000 for 20 years, not 40 years or more.
Okay.
So we missed out on that.
I didn't think you were, but I didn't know if Tom was, just as part of a DuPonter type person. I wasn't.
I don't think I was there.
Yeah, I don't know why, but your last name is ringing a bell. Anyway, Don, thank you.
Remember it, that's for sure.
That was a lot of fun to do. So Donna lives in Aspen now, and she's an excellent skier. and has always been. And so she moved from here to there because the skiing's a lot better out there.
That's true.
And our friends, the Fawnans, live in Kennett Square and used to live in Bethany Beach. They sold their house and they liked it so much, Bethany Beach, they bought again and came back. So I'm happy about that.
Yep. We lived right next door to you.
I wonder why that is.
Well, at this time, I would like to ask son Kevin to offer a toast to his mom.
Yes. Can everybody hear me?
There you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have a drink.
Well,
I can toast myself.
No, you know, it's my mom's been always so supportive in everything that I've done, and you know, the things that resonate with me are the same things that my dad would always tell me. And that is just keep your nose clean, keep a stiff upper lip, and always take the high road in business. And that's kind of led at least my career to where I've gotten. I always say half luck, half skill, but a lot of it is just really watching my mom and dad have their company for, 14 years? Not even that, something like that. But I learned a lot, and for that I'm always grateful. So my relationship with my mom and dad is great. I couldn't be prouder, and I know my brother couldn't be prouder of being boys of two awesome parents that are fortunate enough to still be here and healthy and be able to celebrate a 79th birthday and an 80th birthday. But surely all of us here can, through experience, just, just we're really proud of you, Mom, and all the stuff you do and support everybody. So we love you, and I'd like to give you a toast.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Marcia.
Yeah, you work.
I would have.
The drink is getting better.
Like the candles now. Candles.
Thank you, Kev.
There's your
My
birthday.
goodness. We have more candles and more cake.
Yeah, and Perry has a cake with, doesn't look like 79 candles, but it'll do. And there he is. He's going to light the cake. And after we blow out the candles together, then we'll sing happy birthday to Marcia. So save up your breath. And after Perry lights all those candles, what we need to do is sit back upright, get a deep breath, and blow at the screen. And if we do it properly, all those candles will get blown out like they're supposed to. So on 3. You ready, Perry?
They're all at the same time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
3.
All right.
You did pretty good.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Happy
Marcia.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. We're going to return to the community schmooze. Be free to ask Marcia any questions or discuss anything else.
I would like to wish Marcia a very, very happy birthday.
Thank
and
you.
a wonderful year, and may all your wishes come true.
Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate it. Colleen is my newest friend from South Africa, and she could talk all day. I just love that accent.
Well, it was a lot better 50 years ago when I first came here.
Yeah.
So now I sound like an American.
Not really.
Marcia, happy birthday. I am so fortunate to have you in my life, and you are just an amazing, accomplished woman. And happy, happy, happy.
Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate it. Ellen and I have worked together at Jev's, and she's risen on up while I have kind of like disappeared a little bit. But she's doing great work down there, and I've had a really good time working with her.
Me too. Me too.
Yes, I should mention that Jev's is a nonprofit organization with revenues in the $100 million class, I think. Wow. It's no small operation. And these women have really, really done a heck of a job over the years. I congratulate them.
Did you guys get mentored by Connie Barrison?
Yep.
Oh, very well.
Yes. How do you know Connie?
Oh, she was a dear friend.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. She
And
and her
Beryl, if you're still on, you knew Connie, but you know her
Her son.
her son, right, or her grandson?
I knew her, but Neil and I worked together for 20-some years.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call that when you're 6 degrees of separation or something?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon syndrome.
Well, the kosher Kevin Bacon.
Right.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon performs down here sometimes in Bethany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Dewey Beach.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has a band.
Kevin Bacon performs in Dewey Beach.
Yeah, his brother and he have a band.
Yeah.
Marcia, I'd like to wish you happy birthday. Our lives have come in and out over the years, starting when our boys were little, and we did carpool, and then we would disappear from each other and then come back to fight each other. She doesn't have her head. And I remember when we went to Las Vegas and as a bunch of fun for one of your birthdays. And
Right.
now we see each other much more as we're older. So that's
That's true. But didn't we see each other like in 10th grade, something like that?
Yes, but we didn't remember that so recently.
I know. Barbara, do you remember when we were pledging a sorority and Merle was there in the sorority? Do you remember that, Barbara?
Talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Barbara.
Not really.
I didn't pledge a sorority.
I don't know. Doesn't Merle sound familiar? Or, she was part of a sorority that we pledged.
No, I wasn't.
I'm sorry, I don't recall.
I was in BBG.
Oh yeah, well I was
Maybe it was
BBG.
BBG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been BBG.
Marcia, I have to say, I look forward to a year from now celebrating when you join the 80s club.
I can't wait, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
Need their hearing aids.
So I have to say goodnight because I have to go to Temple. So
Watch along.
see you. Hope to see you next. Hope to see you in the 80s club.
And I want to say goodnight myself, and I'm glad that you're doing well, both of you and Steve, and wish you many more birthdays. By the way, at 79, just becoming 79, you're the youngster here. So I congratulate you for that. Anyway, take care. Have a good Shabbos, and I'll talk to you soon, I guess. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sherry.
More stranger.
Yeah, I've been in the 80s club for almost 5 years. And I can tell you, you need to understand aging is not for sissies.
I would like to know Donna's secret because she looks 20 years younger than she is.
I know, she kills me.
What is your
dreams?
Good wine.
Good wine, did you say?
I'm sorry?
What is your
good facial cream since I was 16.
I was in the industry, I know, but you look fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. It's
I love Colleen is very has been in the cosmetics industry and for a long time, so she's always very interested in what she can learn from people about that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, I'm not easy on myself. I am very sort of disciplined in my my skincare regime, if you would.
Yes, but I saw you last week on Steve's birthday up close. Your skin is gorgeous.
Oh, well,
It is gorgeous.
Totally stood out. Yeah.
Marcia, it's Rhonda, and I have somebody who'd like to say hello to you.
Okay.
Hi, Marcia.
Oh, hi. How are
Happy
you?
birthday.
Thank you. Oh, good to see you. You're another one that really takes good care of their skin. Wow.
Yeah, I do. It's
This
my
is a
living.
young lady who sells it and works with people in what's the name of your company again?
It's called Bioscience.
What is
Okay.
Bioscience.
Yeah, I'm not familiar, but
That's not the Coda Lee lady, right? Marcia, remember one of your friends?
I did work for Coda Lee. I
Well,
did.
I worked for Coda Lee. I was the national trainer. That's why I always wanted to meet you. Because,
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah, you worked for Bertrand Thomas.
I did. Yeah.
Wow.
And you left
that's
them.
great.
I
Yeah.
left them.
I left. I got a better job. I got recruited away.
You know, when you leave,
Are you up here visiting? Or?
I'm working in Philly. Yeah, so I'm here.
It's very different from leaving an American company. When you leave an American company, they say, bye-bye, and they've got 10 people in line. When you leave a French company, they say, how could you leave our family? You destroyed us, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Really?
true. That's true. It is a family, Coda Lee.
Wow.
I have to say happy birthday. I have to leave because my dinner is almost ready. My husband is cooking tonight.
I have to call our attention to the bottom of the screen that says JONR because there's a little baby.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pop out shortly.
Where are you? Where are
And
you
this-
looking? Oh.
Wow,
Hi
this is the first
there.
time we've seen our grandniece or
Our granny. Yeah. Wait a minute.
You got
Where
it?
are you? I don't see it.
I don't either.
You look tired, Carrie.
Oh, that's Carrie, yeah.
Thanks, Marilyn.
It says John on the screen.
It might be in the next
Oh, I didn't
screen or
get it. How'd you
something.
get it?
I don't see her. Steve,
Uh-oh,
I don't
no.
see her.
Tiny. Oh, she's precious.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
Show Marcia.
Carrie, why don't you say a few words and your screen will light up.
I don't see Cassidy.
So this is Cassidy. She is 2 weeks old today. And for one, she's not actually screaming to be fed at the moment, but here shortly. But we did want to pop on and say hi and stuff and say happy birthday.
Happy
Marcia.
birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Great
That's a
aunt.
birthday
Great,
present.
great aunt. Great aunt.
Great
Great
aunt.
aunt.
Oh, yeah.
Marcia, with all these generations on the call.
No, I think you probably pressed something down on the bottom.
Probably.
That's okay. John's doing a good job there, rubbing her arm.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Happy birthday, guys. Enjoy the party. I
got
love
it.
the
This
festive
one.
background on Steve's screen.
Marcia.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's the first new member of our family in like 17 years.
Yeah, and of
it's,
course-
about 100 hours or 120 hours old.
Oh my gosh. And she had to be added to the January birthdays.
Yeah, 16th, I
And we had
think.
to keep that going.
That's right. Yes. She looks great.
Steve,
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? In the Washington Post this morning, there was a gentleman whose name is Stanley Plotkin, who has
Bye,
been
guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Carrie. She's adorable.
Oh.
You're welcome, but yeah, it's definitely dinner time right now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Stanley Plotkin, unless he's extremely wealthy, is not related to us.
But he's a scientist and very instrumental in, the development of COVID. I don't know what.
Right. I think he had something to do with the University of Pennsylvania, and I believe he's the guy who spends time in the jungles picking up strange vegetation and then using it for therapeutic purposes. He's definitely a
Well, I
groundbreaker.
think he might be retired now, Steve, but he's
What's that
big
thing?
in vaccinations. The problem is he said that he hasn't been able to get vaccinated himself.
Right. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that. You know, I was talking to Gail today, and she said that she just got her vaccination yesterday. Ohio is so much better at organizing than Pennsylvania is.
We got ours last week.
That's wonderful. Pennsylvania is so far behind in everything.
Yeah. Marcia, Barbara got hers this morning.
That's wonderful. We are nowhere.
We
got ours.
We got ours last week.
I know, that's
I get my second one next week.
Yeah.
But so many
Tom?
people, Barbara, are not. They're not even on a list in Pennsylvania. We're on a list, but it's not until March.
We're not old enough to qualify.
Steve,
Yeah, right.
Steve, have you looked at the VA yet?
I haven't checked into it. We've registered in other places locally.
Okay.
We're not even on a list. We haven't
Marcia,
even.
we're going to sign
on the
off and
list.
wish you all the best. We're going to get back to our Fiji vacation. You can see the sunset behind us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Take care.
Bye, darling. Have a wonderful year.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
coming,
you for
Kai,
coming.
Molly.
This is wonderful.
Bye.
What a
Bye,
surprise.
Ivan.
Marcia, we have to cut out too, but we got ours in Allentown from St. Luke's service.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time I found out about that, it was too late already.
Marcia, I got mine yesterday from St. Luke's in
Did you?
Bethlehem. Yeah, St. Luke's has about 10 locations.
Yeah,
Check
they
it out.
say next week when they
You're
get
up
new
there.
supply.
I'm gonna get on their website.
Yeah,
and
call
see.
St. Luke's.
Check out
What?
Mainline Health.
Marcia, do
What?
you have Weis markets near you?
What?
Why?
In Pennsylvania, Weis markets.
Yes, they are
Yeah.
having.
Because go on that, they have a list. They're giving shots, and I could have had a shot yesterday, today, or tomorrow, but I'm still
Really?
quarantining till Monday. Yeah, waiting for my test results. My dentist
You
had.
could go there tomorrow and see.
You have
go to
to.
Bethlehem.
You have
To
to
go-
get on their list. But we have friends that ended up going to Weiss's, but they had to go to Bethlehem for it.
Yeah,
it's
but
worth
there's
it.
different
Check it
places.
out.
Check
Yeah,
out.
I don't know, because we're in Delaware now. I don't know if we can go to get it in Delaware.
They don't ask you where you live. They just put you on a list. And they said they're out of it vaccine now, but next week to call when they get new batch.
Okay, I'll try.
We have to cut out.
We're
Have
on,
a
but
great
we're not
time.
in March.
Marcia, I want to know if your husband gave you anything tangible, not just the zoomy kind of thing. Remind him that birthdays are for presents.
I couldn't hear you. If he what?
I said, did he give you anything tangible, not just the Zoom business?
Oh God, no! I'm
birthdays are for
79. What? Are you kidding?
Stay well. We'll see you soon.
Marcia, I'm going to hang up also, and
All right.
you look
Thank you for coming.
fantastic, and thank you for inviting me. And I guess we won't get any cake tonight, right?
I have two cakes here. Please come.
If only, if only. So you
Okay, in 4 hours.
Fawnans, where are you right now, Fawnans? Are you here? You have to come over.
No, we're in Pennsylvania.
Oh, no good.
Yeah, no good. Well, I'd love to come over.
Marcia, when you get home, check out Boothwyn Pharmacy and Mainline Health.
Boothwyn Pharmacy, I couldn't even get through. Mainline Health, they say I couldn't get on there. I couldn't get on.
Are you okay? But
Yeah.
Boothwyn Pharmacy, keep trying.
All right.
Because I know they were out of vaccines for those scheduled today, but they're due to get more in.
Gotcha.
Bubby, I have to head out in a second, but happy birthday.
Thank
I
you.
just want to say that you are such a role model in how to live a fulfilling life. There are a few things that I can think of that you have not done, and that is so cool.
Well, thank you, Lizzie.
So
You're
I
my
love you a
idol,
lot.
too. Thank you, sweetheart.
And your candle making has been passed down. I've gotten really into making candles over
Very
quarantine.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. Proud of
It's great. I'll send you photos.
you. Okay. I want to see. All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Really sweet.
Love you.
Hey. I talked to her today. She didn't say a word. She's amazing. She tries anything.
That's what surprised me.
Yeah, she did. She really did. And Marilyn, I must have talked to you 4 times today. You didn't say a word.
Who? Me or her?
Yeah,
Or
you.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, he finally sent me the link. I didn't know we were meeting tonight.
Oh, well, there you go.
He didn't want me on it. I'll remember you, Steve.
You didn't get an invitation?
Not till today, because she said I'll see you tonight. I says, well, I didn't get any notice.
Check your email. You got an invitation.
No, I didn't. I checked it while I was talking to her.
Oh, okay.
And then she sent it to me.
All right,
well.
good. Nice to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Well,
Maybe
thank
in
you.
May.
That was really sweet. That was really sweet. Very sweet.
Oh, Marcia, is it really cold down at the beach?
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is.
Oh, frigid.
And windy, very windy.
Yeah.
25-mile-an-hour wind. It's really rigid.
Wow. It's been super windy up here too and cold.
Yeah.
I
It's 12.
I think the weather is
12 here.
Yeah. Well, you guys are going to get snow soon, right?
Yeah, Sunday, Monday, maybe even into Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, our friends are in the Mirrors up there are in Toledo, and they're going to. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but they said Toledo was one of the best cities to live in. Now that just threw me because after all these years of hearing about how bad Toledo was, I think they've really changed things around.
You know,
wow,
there are a lot of nice things in Toledo, and the cost of living is to die for.
We just changed press secretaries.
So it's working?
Yeah.
Good.
You just get the word out. Whatever you want.
Hey, whatever works.
It's cold.
Well, you know, this was a surprise. I don't believe Marcia knew anything about this
No, I did not. You did really well, dear.
until she checked in on Zoom and found all these strange faces that usually don't join us on Friday night.
I know. Yeah.
This happened to be her birthday.
Yes, right.
Yeah, right. It is right on the
Hi,
day.
Robin.
Hi.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
Good. How are you? Happy birthday, Marcia.
Thank you.
See, I said it. I didn't say Marcia for once.
Very good.
No, it's Marcia. It's Marcia.
All right.
I actually I have a fond memory. I'm a little bit younger than you guys, not by much, but I have fond memories of you visiting in Harrisburg, and you and Marilyn would let me watch American Bandstand with you.
Oh, wow.
And we would go to the corner store and get a Coke and pretzels. And I was so thrilled that I could be with my older cousins and watch the show with them.
Right.
Yeah, I was glad to be with my older cousin too.
Right. Right. Does everybody? Okay, so Marilyn
That was always
and
a real treat.
Marilyn and Robin are my first cousins, and Jeff. Where
Hello.
Jeff was on. There he is, and Jeff.
Yep.
And then we have Terry, who is out in California. He's the black sheep. He doesn't come east too often. And I think that's it for first cousins, I guess.
Yeah.
You guys, Fawnans, you've got big families, don't you? Pretty much.
Yeah, Tom, there's 6 siblings in Tom's family, and there's 4 in mine.
Oh, that's huge.
And well, his family, his sister had 3 boys, of which each of her boys had 3 or 4 kids. So that's just his sister. That isn't everybody else.
Wow.
Lots of
That's
people.
amazing.
Mom, I have a question.
Yeah.
What one life lesson would you offer everybody right now, knowing that you're 79?
Stole that from me.
Okay, what was the question? I didn't hear it.
What life lesson on the spot?
Give it to
Wait. Did you hear me? No?
No.
Life
Go again.
Yeah. What life lesson would you offer everybody that's on this call right now?
Life lesson.
That's what he
Don't take your girlfriend's question and make it yours.
Maybe Steve.
Nice. How about don't push your girlfriend off the chair that you're sharing with her? The second one, I like.
Oh,
That's abuse.
I deserve that.
I don't know. There's plenty of them.
Okay, pick one.
There's got to be one.
Yeah, it's gotta be one.
A life lesson. Maintain a sense of humor. You're going to need it.
Ooh, I like it.
I've heard you say that before. That's good.
that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Who else? Jay, what do you think?
I think it's great seeing you.
Oh, you're copping out, Jay.
Yes, you're right.
How's your drink, Marcia?
It's good, but that doesn't answer Kevin's question. Steve, you have an answer?
Yeah, that's what question.
Well, you can't punt it.
I think there's an answer for the times. It might not be the same one that was relevant last year, hopefully not next year. But the most important thing I think facing all of us is what I'll call mental health. And so pay attention to your own stability and mental health. And there's many ways you can do that, but don't ignore it because it's a challenge.
For sure.
Does that mean take Prevagen?
Okay.
Well, I don't know if that means take birth control pills or take whatever, but
We're beyond that, David.
yeah, but pay attention to it. Whatever it is that you have to do to pay attention to it. Don't ignore it.
Especially now. You're right, Steve. Especially now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the weakest link of society right now. And it's just going to exacerbate over time. And, you know, we all have friends. Some of them are more stable than others, but pay attention to those folks who don't seem to be happy and can't contend, you know, they just can't deal with this, with the challenges in front of them. There's plenty of people like that.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to be positive and look on the bright side
Yeah.
right now.
Right. Also, social distance from your refrigerator and your TV set.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that works.
Well, I could put it out in the garage. It would be too cold out there to go get anything.
I see
Gail,
two.
do you have any ideas?
I see two granddaughters sitting behind a cake over there next to Perry. How are the two granddaughters doing? Josie, Nina.
We're good. We've been trying to we do have to go, but we did want to say happy birthday to Bubby.
Oh, thank you.
I could not imagine a childhood without Mamma Mia and great French toast.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone was saying your cooking skills. Your French toast is the best French toast I've ever had in
Thank
my
you,
life.
Josie.
It's
I
great.
knew you'd come through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your French
Oh,
toast
thanks.
is the best. So just
Thank
have to
you.
make that known. But we really love you and we hope you have a great birthday.
Thank you. It already is. That's for sure. What is that cake? It's vanilla, right? White?
No, it's a chocolate cake with a white frosting.
I see. Okay. It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I think I've seen those candles before anyway.
Oh.
If
Where are
anybody,
you guys going? Where are you going?
Homework. Mina's got a whole bunch of homework, and I have, unfortunately, also homework. But
all right.
if anybody here needs a consultant to consult on fish and edibles that come out of the ocean, these two ladies are experts. Right?
yeah, we still have our uniforms on. Fresh from work. Yeah. Have a great night, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thanks for being here. Love you. Bye.
We're getting big since the last time I.
Okay, Marcia, I expect French toast if we come down in May.
Where's that?
That's you're doing.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Anytime. Anytime.
He's got his camera flipped.
So, Kevin, you didn't get your question answered. Barbara and Joel, do you have an answer?
Life's life lesson.
Yeah, life
lessons from someone who's.
I
getting
think
life.
what you said, I think humor. You have to have humor. And that's the life lesson. Things happen, and as you get older, more things happen. But if you can laugh about it, it makes things better.
Yep. Yeah,
Agreed.
that's true. I think perseverance is good too.
Oh, yeah.
We've persevered this long. How much longer?
Yeah, my tolerance level is dropping. Getting tired of this.
Right.
That's true.
Did I tell you all about next week's birthday party? Oh, later.